I've been daydreaming about making this video for the past 3 years, sitting in this park in the Midwest, brainstorming with this journal, and talking to you. And actually, you could argue the last 10 years of my life have all led up to this. I'm finally starting the YouTube channel that I actually want to make. This intro video is all about the unignorable fear that we all have about chasing our dreams. It's gonna be reflections on where this fear comes from, how we can harness it, and finally overcome it to commit to the things we actually want to do, not just complacently going down the path laid out for us. I'll be real, it is still scary because this path is so uncertain. Any creative pursuit is kind of just a journey into yourself. There aren't clear checkpoints along the way. Unlike the linear path that's laid out to all of us since the moment we were born, of going to college, getting this job, getting these promotions. But I think the very nature of this non-linear path is what gives us individuality and ultimately makes a life meaningful for us to live, even though it does require sacrifice. So I've been posting on YouTube in some form or another for the past 10 years, which is over half my life. There's a question I circle back to a lot, which is, what is the thing you can't not do for reasons that you can't even explain? Just things you keep gravitating back toward. I'm curious what that is for you. For me, that is running and sharing videos. I've gone from a Minecraft channel, a comedy channel, college vlogs. They've all amassed over 1 million combined views, which is kind of crazy. This is actually a quote from a video I made in 5th grade.
I put out a video a couple weeks ago saying that I would be pausing my channel, but I've just been getting like this feeling in my bones that it wasn't the right choice because I've just been aching to record videos.
And it's this odd paradox because the very notion of it being a feeling in my bones means that it scares the shit out of me and intimidates me. There's a helicopter. My 3 past channels have all been great. I was like really passionate about the first 2 for a while, but I really am like a nerd at heart, and I think the videos that mean the most to me and I'm the most proud of making, even though if I'm scared of my ability to make them well, is more like educational videos. And I love journaling and exploring thoughts, coming up with new ideas and sharing these thoughts to other people. Being able to make videos about it and build a community online, even if I have no idea what this is gonna look like, is something I need to do. I quit my biggest comedy YouTube channel 5 years ago because of burnout. I had a video go viral, which was great, but what wasn't great was literally a video about being a band kid, not the type of content I wanted to make. At 14 years old, honestly, really affected me when my videos didn't get viewed. And I was kind of creating with the intent to get like 1 million subscribers, be able to do full-time YouTube after high school without being like artistically satisfied or having a direction with what I was making. And so for the 5 years in between then, I kind of lied to myself or made this excuse that what I really wanted to do as a full-time career was business, which meant that content creation wasn't a good focus for me. And 5 years later, I am a junior in college studying business. I like the topic, but if business was really what like satisfied this desire in me, then I wouldn't have been obsessing over starting this educational channel for the last 3 years. I guess why I'm finally starting this YouTube channel is for the past few months, I'm genuinely the happiest I've ever been in my life. My career path has been awesome. I'm making new friends. I'm healthy and I have tons of creative energy. Like, I'm literally the happiest I've been. And yet YouTube is still the one thing that I literally can't stop thinking about. It's gotten to the point where if all these other things in my life are awesome, but this is still what I think about, then there won't be a point where I don't think about doing this. Okay, so I've been dreaming about this for 3 years. What makes this time different? There's this storytelling technique called the hero's journey, which has been ingrained in human psychology for thousands of years. It's like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Editing Jamie put it in an old example. Yeah, that one too. Something about our nature keeps drawn back to this. It starts with the call to adventure. So this is the thing that you want the most, that you're called to do with your life. And interestingly, the step right after the call to adventure is refusal of the call. This kind of ties back to the idea that whatever you are the most scared of starting, the thing you keep overthinking, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The very nature of it being the most scary or intimidating thing to you means that it's actually your call to adventure, the thing that you want to do the most. And it makes a lot of sense that actually what we love is also tied up in what we fear. It's our dream. We have such a grand vision of how it could realize, but we're just normal people. We don't have skills or experience in this. Whatever we try to do will not bring our dream justice because it's in its perfect form. But nothing in life will actually ever be perfect. Like, literally none of your dreams will perfectly manifest. This moment is kind of as good as it gets. And so I did this journaling exercise where I wrote down everything I'm scared of about starting YouTube. One of them was about perfection. It was this is some dream I've held in my mind for 10 years, and what happens if I fully commit, I fully pour myself into it, and my channel doesn't gain traction? I know this is really irrational because YouTube has so much opportunity and I think I am skilled in it, but it feels safe to hold our dream as this perfect potential instead of imperfectly acting to create worse versions of it in the world, which is so backwards. But another big thing I'm scared of is very real and requires sacrifice. And this is the crazy idea I have in my head of YouTube being a low leverage activity. So I'm studying business and I have been fortunate to have some success on like the traditional career path. In college, I have so many opportunities that I could do that have external traction. But like I said at the beginning, any creative pursuit is kind of a going into yourself and there aren't signposts along the way. And so I could spend an entire semester on my YouTube channel, or I could spend an entire semester doing like a consulting project. A consulting project looks awesome on my resume, but it doesn't actually mean anything like to my life, and I'm still obsessing about YouTube. For the entire past year, I've been interning at a startup called Creator Now, and it's shown me how I can work on something I love with people that are amazing while still following this non-linear path and creating something new. It's been so eye-opening to me. I go to like a pretty competitive college, and for my first couple years I was obsessed with measuring my achievements against other people. I got rejected from like every single club that I applied for, and so I felt like I was worse than everyone. Freshman year of college, I made the explicit decision that I wasn't gonna do anything just for the sake of like putting on my resume or like optimizing myself to get like this consulting job that everyone wanted. And it's taken a couple years to pay off, but I'm the happiest I've ever been, and I still have like one of my dream internships lined up for the summer, which I'm super grateful for. And so I guess all of this is to say that a lot of times our fears are unfounded, and actually by pursuing things that are meaningful and individual to you can still lead you down a path that's successful in the terms of other people if you give it time. This is on a very micro scale, but I guess I have this like sense of security. So now we've talked about 1, what your dream is, what you're most scared of, and 2, why it's actually really logical in the grand scope of life to give up some measures of external prestige in order to follow an artistic individual path. The third thing is how we're gonna show up every day and actually commit to it, not just let your dream be a dream. This is process over outcome, which is so cliche, but where I got really lost in the past is constantly thinking about what the bigger picture for my YouTube channel was. Whereas now I have like very tangible goals, because I think my life is set up in a way where YouTube is not like the only thing. I have like a business career, great people around me. And your dream's intimidating if you only think about it in the perfect form. Of course, you're gonna shrink away when now you're just this imperfect beginner. So I have 3 goals for this YouTube channel. The first one is a selfish goal. The second one is a goal for you, and the third one is a goal for both of us. Selfishly, I spend a ton of time journaling. I could probably spend all day doing it, but I don't because I have other things to do. But it got to a point where kind of the hours I would spend thinking of these new ideas felt a little self-indulgent, and so I want this to be an outlet to be able to kind of share my lessons and also learn how to communicate them better to you. The second goal has to do with you. Everything I'm going to be sharing in this channel are ideas that genuinely have like benefited my life, and they're ideas that I've discussed with friends that have also benefited their lives, and I hope I can share them with the internet to benefit other people's lives too, to help us live more intentionally. Third, for both of us, my kind of mantra for this channel is going to be making the videos that I wish existed on YouTube. I think we're seeing this new wave in YouTube about like authenticity and smaller community-based channel sizes instead of mass huge channels that just appeal to everyone. So my hope is by sharing my worldview, I'll attract viewers that think similar to me, and if they think similar to me, they think similar to you. And just get an awesome community going of people that want to follow a more non-linear and intentional path through life. It takes a lot of courage, and community support is important. Some topics that are important to me are like health, career, business, social relationships, learning, writing, just a ton of cool things. If that sounds like interesting to you, if anything in this video has resonated with you, I appreciate if you subscribe and send it to friends who you think are on the same path. On my past channel attempts, I've had to script every word. This one was freeform, straight from the heart. I feel so energized by it. I'm really excited to see where this goes. Our lives can change by chasing our imperfect dreams.